we doing? It's Mailman Nick. Follow me on Instagram at Nick Venti. If you enjoy this content, please give me a thumbs up. Don't treat me like a 204B over here. Beyond things. Good job. Uh, so I'm testing out uh, my tripod I just got. Um, yeah, I had an 8-hour day today, so I'm like, this came in the mail. Definitely gonna do a live stream today. I got all my stuff done, meal prepped, cleaned, showered, etc. So, what's going on, ELO? Stephanie, hello there. What's going on? If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. But yeah, today was an 8-hour day. The mail was super light, and it's almost a curse because when the mail's super light, now you're like, trying to drag it out, you know what I mean, for the 8 hours. So I almost would rather be busy because when you're busy, time's going by quicker. Hi, Nick. What's going on, Julian? What's going on, Rick? Can you say shout out to Lake Elsinore, California? Yep, for sure. Beyond things. Um, my body feels like a truck hit me. First day doing a route alone, and that route sucked. Yeah, when you first start, just understand it's gonna be hard and you're gonna make mistakes. I say it many times in these videos. Just learn and get better every day, and that's how I felt when I first started. I remember I worked in the snow. I worked like a 12-plus hour day, and I collapsed in my bed after I downed 2 double cheeseburgers from Culver's, 2 or 3. I remember collapsing. So it's normal, Stephanie. Just take a deep breath and take it one day at a time. Um, Still super light at my office. Yeah, Rick, it's super light at my office too. Packages have been pretty heavy. I get on the route that I'm on, it's basically 100% residential, so I get a bunch of chunkies. My school that I drop off to had like 10 big Amazon packages, and the school is not like right next to the street either, so that was rough. Mailman Nick, you're awesome. I'm not a USPS worker, but I do love your content. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Shadow Day tomorrow. Any advice or tips, Nick? So Shadow Day, you're not really going to be carrying mail. If you haven't done your academy yet, you can't touch mail. But just ask a bunch of questions because the carrier you're doing your Shadow Day with, they know your office better than me, so they could tell you the ins and outs. Like, hey, stay away from this route. Stay, or this supervisor's like this, and so just ask a bunch of questions. Think about all those questions. If you see a carrier doing something you don't quite understand, ask questions. There's never a stupid question. I I asked so many questions on my shadow day. The carrier seemed annoyed, but I don't care. I wanted to be good, and at that time I was in debt and stuff, so I really like I had to do this job, and I had to be good at it, or else there was no other option. Hi Nick. Tomorrow. Hi Nick. My first day by myself will be Saturday. Awesome. Just be prepared. You're not going to be good at it at first, but just take it one day at a time, and you'll get better. You'll get better at it. Don't beat yourself up over it, because when I started, I was like, dang, why am I not good? It seems like an easy job, but then when you're out there, you're struggling and stuff. So don't be so hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up, and you'll be fine. Just take it one day at a time. Thank you. Yeah, no problem, Stephanie. How are the rules in your office dealing with? All right. You know what? I don't talk to too many of the rurals. We're more of a city office. We only got 20 rural routes. Um, I got to start talking to them, the rural carriers, and give me some more, information on the rural side, because I really don't talk to rural carriers that much. They kind of stay on their side of the office, and they kind of don't talk to city carriers. But I should reach out to a few of them and see. You know, because I was trying to figure out what happened with this pay cut. The rural carriers got like a pay cut, and the one rural carrier I did talk to, she said, her pay stayed the same. She even got an increase because it was her second year as a rural regular. So, um, I'm not exactly sure what's going on with all that. Most of my knowledge is on the city side. I'm getting put on a rural route tomorrow. First time on a rural route. Any advice? So, are you a city carrier on a rural route, or are you a rural carrier just doing your first rural route? Because when I first started, I was being thrown on rural routes all the time. As being a city carrier, that's obviously crossing crafts, but it's easy money because the rural routes in our office, I'm not sure on others, but in our office, they use LOVs. It's all mounted. There's no walking whatsoever. So anytime I would do an extra on the rural side, it would be easy. I'm like, would I rather be walking or rather, especially if it rains, snow, put me on the rural route? All right, bet 2 hours driving, I could do that all day long. So they just the rural routes are also in the nicer areas, so they get a lot more packages. That's the one downfall of our rural routes, but I'm not sure about your office, but that's how it is at my office. But yeah, just enjoy the driving. What do you think will come from the new upcoming contract? The big thing that people talk about is the eliminating the CCA position and going straight to PTF, which I think is a smarter idea because after the 90 days, you become a PTF, you become a career. Uh, you shouldn't have to wait 2 years to become a career employee. You shouldn't have to wait 2 years to get the insurance. Someone commented saying they were negotiating for over $30 an hour starting pay, which I highly doubt that'll happen. But uh, starting as a career after your probation should be, that should be, uh, they should put that into effect because people are quitting left and right, and if they got those benefits right off the bat, they would be more likely to stay and see, the progression and things like that. So definitely eliminate the CCA position, PTF after 90 days, and hopefully that's because when I first got hired, they didn't have this two years PTF thing. When I started, like some of our CCAs were CCAs for 5+ years, so they don't got that time back. Another thing too, if they put in that contract is if you could buy back your CCA time, because like I said, there's been CCAs in my office that are now regulars. They were CCAs for over 5 years. That's 5 years that doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? So definitely, definitely buy back your CCA time. Um, any tips on how to remember when there's packages or spurs in the satchel? I forgot a couple today. Yeah, that's common, and that still happens to me sometimes. Um, like I'm in the ProMaster, and sometimes a package will get lost under something, and I'm like, oh, I gotta backtrack. Backtracking is the biggest time killer when you first start out. So, some tips: I like to use the tubs and section off. If you use the load truck feature, put your chunkies, your smaller packages in tubs, and then put the bigger packages kind of near it. Um, just double check your truck. I know sometimes if you're being rushed, you're not thinking as clearly as if you're taking your time, but try to section everything off. Uh, Setting yourself up to win before you even hit the street is the biggest key. Organizing it, like I said, using the load truck feature, put stuff in tubs. If you got shelves in the LOV, even better. Um, if it's a big package and you're doing mounted, um, just flip up the DPS. Like when I was on my hold down on 31, my mounted section got a lot of packages and big packages too, so I couldn't fit them up front with me. So I would flip up that address in the DPS. Like let's say it's 123 Main Street. I would flip that address up in the DPS, and then once I get to that in the DPS, I'll know I got a big package in back. But now I'm way better at it because I have like a sixth sense now for packages. But it still happens every now and then. But everyone has their own tricks and stuff to remember big packages. Um, but when you first start, you're gonna forget. It's just what it is. But when you do it 10, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week for big packages, how's your brother? Good. He's doing a lot of he's doing Sundays. supervisors, you can come in the morning. It's only ours. We don't have CCAs. We don't have RCAs. We only have us doing our packages on Sundays. And my brother has a route and the other are. So they're keeping him busy on Sunday. Also, if you enjoy this content, give me a thumbs up. On day 21 of waiting and orientation at the job offer, fingerprints background should be worried. No, it's perfectly, it takes a month to hear back. Someone too commented, I forgot the name, who it was, but they said, why is my uh, orientation taking so long? If you lived in a different state, if you have something on your record, it's going to take longer than the usual month to get for orientation. So if you have factors like that, then that's what's gonna, affect the time that you'll hear back from the post office. Yeah, don't be worried. You got time. Listen to Form A, arbitration pilots at all. Yeah, I've heard of it. A lot of people told me about it. I'm pretty sure Union Steward runs it, right? I heard a lot of good information. I just haven't got around to checking it out. But I heard there's some good information on that podcast. Hey, Nick, can you tell me how does overtime work? Well, the overtime, we don't get to choose. When you're a regular, you be on the overtime desired list, so you get the overtime first. But uh, when you're CCA and PTF, you get whatever's get overtime for the carriers who are on any time list get the overtime first. So if there's no overtime, then you're not going to get overtime. But if a lot of people are sick, a lot of people injured. They're gonna be splitting up those vacant routes among the overtime desired list, the PTFs, and the CCAs. So um, anything is that any day you work overtime, it's time and a half. So if you work more than 8 hours in one day, if you work hours or let's say you work 9 hours the whole week, you get 1 hour overtime instead of you have to hit 40 to get that overtime. So anything after 10 is V time, penalty time, double pay, whatever you want to call it. That's the sweet spot. That's where we make our money. Anything after 10 hours. But yeah, I really like how they do the overtime stuff here. You rack up money real quickly. Especially around Christmas, working those 8+ hour weeks, uh, have over 40 hours of overtime. You think this job will be replaced by robots someday? We're all going to be replaced by robots eventually. McDonald's already having people free restaurant stuff. Now technology is advancing and stuff. We're all going to be replaced. When I go to the grocery store, I never use the self checkout. I always, go into the lanes. You know, those people want to make sure they stay employed. Um, Spurs, chunkies. It's the smaller packages. There's different terminology in different offices and stuff. I just say chunkies, spurs, little packages. And some people call the pumpkins or the orange gurneys pumpkins. And there's different terminology in different offices. Um, the there's small packages and then there's the Amazon packages or UPS packages, Amazon, Walmart, Target, Macy's, all that type of stuff. But yeah, Spurs are the smaller packages. I'll be trained tomorrow. Should I be nervous? Nervous is normal. You're going to be driving a vehicle you never driven before. Just take a deep breath. They'll tell you everything you need to know. I have a video about this. Just chill. Hopefully, you don't have the guy I have and then my brother had. He's not. Let's just say he's not the nicest guy. And but they tell you everything you need to know. Just get through it. Pay attention, and you'll be fine. They told me when I was there, they only had to fail one person. It was because they thought she was on drugs. They don't fail people. They don't fire people at the post office. It just doesn't happen. So I would just take a deep breath and you'll get through it. Trust me. I'm not the best driver, and I got through it. If you have a over 10-year-old, if you have a over 10-year-old felony, can you still be a CCA? I'm not sure about felonies, but I think they only go back to 7 years. We had a CCA who ended up quitting because he kept with management. Um, he said he did some time. I'm not sure if it was a felony or not, but he got in. So there's only one way to find out. I would apply and then see if they once the background check comes back, and it does there's no harm in applying and seeing what happens. I am so search the DPS for certs. Oh yeah, now our certified mail is coming in the DPS. What I was told by my supervisors to bring them back because I guess they're not scanned or something like that. So uh, be wary of certified mail in the DPS. They're cutting 3 routes to my office from our inspection. We were supposed to have an inspection and ended up getting canceled, but they love cutting routes apparently. When I was talking regulars, they like cutting routes more or wait, they're cutting so they're making them smaller, they're adding on to it because that's pretty big. I misunderstood what you said. They if they're cutting routes, that's pretty good because a lot of these routes are overburdened and what I was told from regulars is they like to add on to routes, not cut. So that's good. I don't know why I read that. Video cutting off from me. It's cutting off. Is that video? Am I cutting off, or was that Can you guys hear me? Let me know. Video cutting out. Uh, all right, I'm missing some of the chat. Maybe it was because I clicked something. I'm not the most tech savvy. I must have clicked something. I'm trying to stay on top of these comments. There was 4 vacant routes at my office today. However, they had me scheduled to be at another office today, and when I was done in the other office, they had me come back to my home office to help. Yeah, well, more money. I wish they would do that with me. Have me go help people, other offices. LOV training in the morning. Very nervous. I'll work everything. Just want to get to that point. Yeah, don't stress it. I got walked on Tuesday. Make sure you do the same thing every day. Have been walked. I haven't been walked on the street. I'm not a regular. They usually walk regulars. I never been walked. I've been counted like when I was in the office. Pieces in my mail. They count all the pieces in my mail. They count all my packages. I've done that before when I've been on routes, but I've never been walked on the street. Let's see. Do you carry spurs in your satchel with your third bundle or take all the packages after the relay? I try to fit whatever I can into my bag. Let's say I have a third bundle. I try to case it in if I can. If it's a letter size run, I like to put it behind my DPS. Um, I try to case in my chunkies and spur like my little packages. I try to case in everything too because that makes it's less I got to worry about. I know it's in delivery order. Um, I try to fit everything in my bag though. Like let's say I have ad papers, big packages. You got to bite the bullet. You got to drop them off. Even big packages, even if you didn't have a third bundle, you'd still have to drop them off. But if it's a big package, you got to drop it off. But I try to fit anything I can in my bag, or even what I like to do too. If it's like not that big of a package, I put on top of my case mail. So I'll correlate the top of my case mail until that address of the package, and then put it on the case mail, and then start my delivery like that. Don't be nervous for LLV training. Never mind your opinion. Biggest thing to remember is you have to stay farther to the right than you're used to. Like you'll be right next to the sidewalk. Yeah, it's just if you could drive a left-hand drive, you'll learn how to drive a right-hand drive. I've been driving a ProMaster for the past few months because I've been on a hold down on a all walking route. So I haven't driven LLV in a minute, but you'll be fine. Trust me. You've been walked. Thank you. Been carrying routes as a CCA for 2 months. Been carrying new routes and been doing overtime. First time with undertime. Made me feel good. Yeah, your time will improve, especially now when mail's getting lighter. It's summertime mail. Uh, it just comes with time. People don't give themselves enough time. They quit before they even get to the point. There was a CCA who was talking to me about quitting, and I told her, I'm like, just wait. Wait till the summer. You're gonna hit your stride. You're gonna be fine. Just give it some more time. If you're struggling at first, your first instinct might be to quit, want to leave, especially with management in your ear. It makes you want to like not work there. But once you once you get in a groove in your own rhythm, you're gonna be like, all right, I could do this. And plenty of people have messaged me saying the same thing. I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit, and then a few months later, they got the hang of it, and now they make this money and get after it. Walk means management walks with you, house to house, timing you. Yeah, I haven't had that yet. Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, Tom? They're cutting me back to 5 days next week. Oh, that's not good. Is it because they're properly staffed? Because if your office is properly staffed, your management would love to give you less hours as possible. But most offices and most of the time, the the work is more than they there's more vacant routes and there's people on injury leave, there's people sick, people call off. If it's a sunny day, people are at the beach, so there's gonna be more open routes and more overtime. But if everybody shows up, there are no more overtime. Thank you to all. Any info is great. Any info is great. Yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm giving you guys the life of a mail carrier, and my office might not be as similar. It's going to be similar to your office, but every office is a little bit different. More routes, more overtime, and there's a lot of different factors. Let's say you had to take one piece of pre-sorted standard mail up 100 stairs. Would you take it or just UBBM it? No, I make sure I deliver every piece of mail. If it's one piece of mail that's bulk or standard mail, whatever, 100 stairs, got to do it. You're getting paid. You get paid by the click. So I'm getting paid to deliver that one piece of mail. And we got a job to do. We got a job to do. Also, make sure to check your mirrors often. There's a huge blind spot. Yeah, that's directly behind you on the LLV. That's why they say to avoid backing at all costs. There is a blind spot. Make sure you reach and look left because a car can be going slow and be on that blind spot, and you start going, and that messed me up a few times. So make sure you do the head bob. Make sure you check all your mirrors, your blind spot. Uh, let's see. Just finished my first shadow day today. It was a walking route, the only one in the office. I walked almost 13 miles today. My feet are killing me. Take away. Casing will be a nightmare to start. Casing is always a nightmare. If you put me on a route I don't know, casing is gonna be a nightmare. It's just you got to learn the routes, and that just takes time. So just understand it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy at first, but once you get the hang of it, once you start learning the routes, you see it on the street. Uh, like if I'm casing a new route that I've carried before, because sometimes I've carried routes as my extra, but I never cased them up. Uh, I'm like, okay, 100 and whatever street is at the beginning. Oh, that part, the mounted part. Oh yeah, that's on the end. I'll be at the top of the case. Whatever. It'll help you. Seeing stuff on the street really helps casing. Just I read that. Your time from house to house and your breaks and your lunch. Yeah, I haven't been timed yet or walked. I did 5 routes 2 days ago for 12 hours, and they kept rushing me back and say only working allowed 10 hours and 30 days after can work more hours. I never heard that. They're probably just trying to limit your hours. Typical. If they can, they're gonna do it. Though I'm getting decent hours for the last 2 weeks. That's good. Try to get as much money as you can. Video's fine. We hear you. Oh, geez, I'm way back on the chat. Um, video's fine. We hear you. Good, good. Yeah, I'm way behind on the chat. I try to read every comment. I don't want to, because some people, have concerns and stuff. I got walked once, but it wasn't a big deal. If you don't make it, they can't really say anything unless, yeah, if you pass your probation, if you're basically they're not. There's carriers who should have been fired a long time ago, and they don't really fire people. Just do your job, and uh, and you'll be good. My route is a beast. You drive. My route is a beast. You drive there, and all you have to do is deliver in one room, mail room, which is all residential, basically a golf course, resort center complex. Oh, that's pretty cool. I never delivered in one of those before. Today I have to head back to base in 10 hours, pumped up my gas, ready for the next day. My DPS is always ready. I pick it up and go after clock in after. Okay, that's what our office is doing too, to help the CCA turnover. Our CCA start at 10, so another regular PTF CCA cases up their route, so it's ready to go by the time they get there. I think that's a smart idea because, you know, casing everything before you hit the street is like the most stressful part. So why not eliminate that? Get them comfortable on these routes, and you know, we kept a lot of CCAs doing that. So I think that's a very smart move. No problem. Just take your time. ProMaster is nice because they have AC. You know what? My ProMaster actually blows hot air. I'm like, come on. The one positive about a ProMaster and it's blowing hot air, but you know, there's a lot more space in the ProMaster. You know, it has a lot of shelves and stuff, so that's one positive. But the LOV is just so much more convenient, and the side door on the ProMaster is broken, and they haven't fixed it for some reason. But once I I deliver out of the back, which you know it an LOV would speed up my or make my time more efficient for sure. I miss the LOVs. Recently got 4 new mattresses to replace 4 old LOVs. Everybody kind of digging them. Yeah, you know what? Mattresses they're nice. I prefer LOVs, but I've driven a Metris 2 times, and they're a nice vehicle. They're a nice vehicle, and you know, still right hand drive. So there a lot of people in my office like them too. I work at a post office in Cali, but it's too expensive to live here. I might apply to a different office in another state. Yeah, definitely. California is very expensive to live in. Um, you know, especially, you know, yeah, definitely get out of California. They prices are too high out there. And then been pushed back to June 24. You're going to go through hell as a CCA, but I could promise me to become regular. Person I talked to say it was worth it. Yeah, once you make regular, everything's worth it because management treats you differently. You get paid every holiday off. You get vacation. You get retirement. You get a pension. You know, a lot of places can't say that. Also, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't treat me like a 204B over here. All right, let's see what else we got. We're overstaffed, and as a PTF, they're cutting. Yeah, being overstaffed is the worst if you want money. When I see everybody show up, I cringe. I'm like, dang, probably an 8 hour day. And then my postmaster today, 8 hours, Nick, and I'm just like, just heated, just heated. Thankfully, my office has 28 routes and 12 CCAs, so it's a nice balance lately. Geez, you have more CCAs than I think we do, and we have, you know, more than double that. Come to Graceland Post Office in Chicago. So much more money here. Yeah, I might check it out, but I don't like delivering in the city. My buddy from high school actually delivers out. Where was he? I think he was in like West Inglewood, and I'm like, bro, come out here. It's a lot safer. You know, I think he got threatened on the route. Hang in there. All it gets better once you make regular. Yep, definitely gets better. Possibly that's the case. I feel like they're about cutting hours. Yeah, unfortunately, management will cut hours if they can. Feels like there's never a happy medium for a lot of offices I worked at. Either everyone is staffed well and people are showing up, or there's not enough coverage. Yeah, I've delivered in a few offices, and my office is it can be chaotic, but you know, we always get the mail delivered. There's other offices that, you know, are just a complete dumpster fire. It's bad in some other offices in my district. Do PTFs get holiday? We don't get holiday pay. That's why we get. Uh, where'd the check go? Oh, there it goes. Can you guys hear me? PTFs do not get holiday pay, but that's why we get a little bump in hourly rate compared to the regulars at the same step. So, uh, that makes up for it. But, I'm not stressed about holiday pay. As long as I get decent amount of overtime, I'm good for right now. You have to really screw up to get canned at the post office. I actually knew a guy who got fired and the union got his job back because of some stupid technicalities. Yeah, honestly, the guy I did my shadow day with, he ended up transferring, but he said he got fired like 2, 3 times, but the union got him his job back because it wasn't work related. It wasn't on the job related. So they don't like to fire people, or I mean, they try to fire people, but our union is super strong, so that's why, like with these videos, I asked my union VP, could I get fired for making these videos? And she was like, as long as you don't film on the clock, you should be good. And don't say anything bad about management. Don't do goofy shit and stuff. So should be good. Did you ever do collections at CCA? I still do them sometimes. If nobody hit certain collection box, my supervisor will hit me on the scanner, say, "Hey Nick, can you hit the collection box on 24 or hit it by the train station or whatever?" I'll still do collections sometimes. It just depends on the office's needs, but I've done collections many times, even rural collections. Exactly. I'm grateful for him helping us out and preparing the load to be out the door. Yeah, it definitely makes it easier on the newer people, newer carriers. ProMaster is left-hand drive, which I don't like. Yeah, I don't like it either. I would much rather be in an LLV because now when I'm in a ProMaster, that means my extra is going to be walking too. So if I'm doing a route, 2 hours, it's got to be the walking because I can't do cluster boxes. I don't have an arrow key for my route, so no apartments, cluster boxes, curbside, none of that, which I miss because it mixes things up. I like being able to, deliver curbside. I like to walk. I like to mix it up. That's what I liked about my old hold down 31. I was able to, you know, walk, do mounted cluster boxes, a school, a senior building. It mixed it up. That's what I liked. And now this route kind of is boring. It's just all it's 22 relays. It's kind of boring. The newer CCAs in my office usually start at 9:30 until they can get hold downs. Yeah, that's when I got bumped off my hold down. They started me at 10, and I'm like, come on, you know me. Give me another route. And I had to put a hold down on something to come in at 8:30 with the other regulars. But yeah, if you get a hold down, you can come in at 8:30. That's how they're doing at my office. How many packages can you deliver in an hour on Amazon Sunday? I haven't done an Amazon Sunday in a while, and it depends on how close the packages are together. Because sometimes when I would do a roll route on Sunday, sometimes I would do like 30 or 40 packages an hour. But sometimes on the city side, when the package is a little farther apart, I would do like 20. So it just depends on the line of travel between the packages. But I'm glad I haven't done an Amazon Sunday in a long time. Every office is different. I started at 9 a.m. at my local office here in New York City. When the soup saw me casing and hitting the street within an hour, she asked me to come in at 8 every day. Yeah, that's good. Like I would rather start early. I'd rather start at 6, 7, at 8:30. Well, we started at 8, and then they moved it to 8:30, and I'm like, it just means we're gonna be out later, so I'd rather start earlier. I already applied for my benefits, ready to go. We have 90 carries in my office. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, definitely, because you have a short window to get on those benefits. Hey, Nick is sales and distributor. What's going on, love? Love. Cute cat. How does vaccinations work? Are they paid? Do they get paid? Oh, you mean vacations? Are they paid? Do they get paid when my break in service happens? So you don't get paid during your break in service, but your annual leave will cash out whichever annual leave you have built up. If you don't, I recommend not using it. I mean, use it. Uh, if you need be, use it, but that'll all cash out at the end of the year. Because that'll make up for the 5 days you don't get paid. So, um, but vacations, like the situation I'm in now, I'm a PTF, but I got converted after they did the vacation picks. So by the time I have like 20 something annual leave hours. So by the time I get to 40, I could bid on vacation. So there's a week in September, at the end of September, early October, where there's like 5 open spots for vacation. So by that time, I should have 40 hours. I'll be able to bid on it and then take a vacation. But once you turn like career, you use your annual leave and get paid for the vacation. I am 291 days out. I'll be career. Hell yeah. I never got used to LLV. Love the space and the ProMaster. Yeah, that's the one thing. Like, I'm getting so used to ProMaster. When I get an LLV, I'm gonna be like, do I still know how to drive this thing? So I like the LLV. It's the perfect vehicle for mail delivery. They're old, they break down, but as far as like if it's working, it's pretty efficient. Is sales and distribution better than letter carrying? I don't know which to choose. It all depends. Like, do you like being outside? I can only speak from being a carrier. I have bad AED. I like being outside. I like constantly moving, constantly like my mind being stimulated. If I was in an office all day, I would be losing my mind. I can never go back to an office job. It would be it's just all depends on you. Like check out my videos, see if this is something you would be interested in. Not every day is 70 degrees, sunny, light mail like today was. Some days are rough. If you could deal with that, then definitely letter carrying has some good. You can make some good overtime, make a decent living, and have some good benefits. But definitely, do your research on both. Write down the pros and cons of each, and see which one you prefer. How long in your office to become a regular? My office is about the same number of routes as you. So they don't do a lot of stuff in a timely manner, right? So uh, if everything happened the way it should, I'd be regular by the end of the year because there's our Route 9, City 19 in the hills is going to be up. That should be one of our unassigned regulars. We'll go to that route. City 36 is retiring. City 34, I think, is retiring. City 56 is retiring. And what was the other one? I think there was another spot too. So I'm number 5. So when all those people, oh yeah, City 39, I guess he's still using all his sick leave. He retired like last year, but he's using all his sick leave or whatever, so he's not technically retired. But once all that goes up for bid and everyone bids and whatever route is left over, I should get it. But things don't happen in a timely manner. I probably won't. The end of next year is probably realistic because I see there might be some other people who retire or quit that I don't that I'm not aware of yet. But when all those people retire and it's all said and done, I should be a regular either by the end of this year or next year. But I'm keeping it realistic, and I think next year. Um, Great Sand is down the street from Wrigleyville. Oh, is it? Yeah, the city. I don't go in the city too much, only for like Cubs games or Bears games or taking a taking a drive on Lakeshore Drive. But yeah, my buddy knows Chicago pretty well. I think that's why he applied there. Good to see you, man. Advice: thinking of switching to maintenance. Any thoughts of the subject? Yeah, maintenance. I heard is a pretty good gig. Definitely, uh, definitely pursue that. See if you can get in. It's pretty competitive. Never had a problem with safety here. Oh, that's good. Who gave me a super chat? I appreciate that. You guys don't gotta send me money, but I appreciate that. Yeah, I actually, if you look on his video, I saw I commented on it. I honestly think what he should do is, well, he left his job with the post office. For people who don't know, he left his job at the post office. Now he's trying to do his own thing. Uh, his starting his own business, and I think you should have like a good, like right now I'm with the post office. I'm getting my benefits and my main source of income here or on the post office. But I got like side businesses and stuff. So make side hustles until like you bring in the good amount of income. Focus on like I know a lot of people don't want to work for like a boss and things like that, but uh, you got to start somewhere and you got to have that foundation and then like make enough money to where uh, you you could maneuver to your own business, start up your own business, use other jobs to save up, budget, and then eventually do your own business. But you got to start somewhere. You got to have a good foundation. You can't just wing it and But it's I think I think it's a mistake. I think he should your USPS or UPS. I even said UPS is a good job too. I talked to UPS drivers and they make a really good living and they top out after 4 years. So do something like that, stack up your bread, and then once you have a good foundation, then branch out to your own business and eventually if but I think he's making a mistake. I never promised you to hear. Your shoulder carry or cart mostly. Uh, we don't use carts out here. It's all bag. I actually just used some Chinese cups. I don't know if you see the marks, but I just used the cupping therapy on my shoulder, my bag shoulder, where I carry my bag. Tips if having shoulder pain from carrying the mail. I like to stretch. Just make sure you stretch. I make sure I stretch every morning. I stretch when I'm even on the route. When I'm, anytime I have a free second, I'll stretch. I'll stretch on my hamstrings because they get really tight. Um, Never underestimate the power of stretching because even in the next like few hours, you can get tight again. So make sure you're stretching. Um, or even put like a ice pack on it at the end of the day. Just make sure you baby it. Don't be straining it when you don't have to. Give a thumbs up. Yeah, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I love the interaction right here. ODL in my office being cut, no penalty time at all, 2 hour max a day, and we have 2 to 3 days of 8 hour days a week. That seems like in my office right now, it's a slow time of year. Not a lot of people are on vacation. We only had like two people on vacation this week. So I saw in the summer on our vacation pics, there's going to be like 5 people at a time on vacation. So I think that's where hours are going to pick up again. But yeah, I think I only had one day this week of penalty time. So I had an 8 hour day today. I'm at like 49 hours for the week. So I'll probably hit minimum 55, 56 hours. 50, yeah, like 56, 57. Wait, yeah, 49. So yeah, around there. I'm not sure if I should do sales or CCA. Uh, yeah, CCA seems rough, all that walking, hills, dogs. Yeah, like I said, you got to outweigh the pros and cons. I love dogs, and there's a German Shepherd on my hold down 18 that, I'm always wary of because if they have the door open, that German Shepherd, like, it's either inside or it's behind this gate. The gate sounds like it's gonna, you know, fall over how strong this dog is. So, you got to be careful. You got to be wary of your surroundings. But if you get past that, it's a good gig. Uptown New York City, it's on your e-payroll paycheck stub under the leave tab. Nick, are they installing GPS in your trucks? Not as far as I know, but I heard they are going to be doing that. And you know, everything's monitored. Every if you're outside, you're under a microscope. It's just that's where the world is heading. But I'm not surprised if they I know the GPS is on the scanners. I've seen it. They could see exactly our line of travel, where we've been, where we went, and how long we sit. So and they could hear us on the scanners. So be wary of that. They're sneakily doing it here at my office. Yeah, they that's I've heard that too, but I don't think they started at my office yet. I don't think. Okay, we'll check it out. Where can one find the list of post office being consolidated? Just Google, or I think on the NALC page too. No problem. Hi, cool shirt. Thank you. I used to be a trainer at UFC gym. I was really big in MMA. I've had a few amateur MMA fights, countless jiu-jitsu matches, wrestling matches, I had a kickboxing fight. I used to be really big in MMA because it really helped with my confidence and kept me in shape and got me a bouncer gig. So I miss MMA sometimes. I train it every now and then. And Bilal Muhammad, he trains with us on Sundays. He's fighting Burns. Everyone be cheering for him. Hopefully he gets a title fight after he wins tomorrow or wins Saturday. Is the driving academy challenging? No, not at all. They don't. They. It's very hard to fail. Like I don't think you can fail, to be honest. So just pay attention and you'll be good. Trust me. Wow, 30 to 40 up downstairs. Long. Yeah, like some stairs, like we have a stairmaster route. We have a couple of them on in our office. You just gotta, you know, I wear a knee brace on one of my knees. Make sure you have comfortable shoes, Dr. Scholl's insoles, all that good stuff. Make sure you're prepared because your knees are gonna be sore, your Achilles, your feet, all gonna be sore. You're ready to defend yourself while delivering mail. Defend myself, not as far as like a person or not even dogs, really. I'm just very cautious and aware of my surroundings. That hasn't happened to me yet. Um, but I know the day is coming. I know the day is coming. And I'm not a confrontational person. I don't like starting fights. I finish fights, but I don't start them. Hey Nick, thanks. Yeah, no problem. I just got out of my 90 days. Crazy to think how far I've come even that quick. Yeah, you'll realize how quickly you pick up the job, and it all just takes time. And yeah, just just keep learning, and you'll get better. CCA from Sacramento, California, since August 2022. So you're looking at your break in service should be coming up soon, right in the peak of summertime. Hey, what's going on? LB training was a bit stressful because they're old and it was a long hot day. Postmaster was a lot better for me. I currently have a choice to either get hired as a PTF, but there's a chance I'll be in bad neighborhoods, or being a CCA in a much better area, but waiting 2 years to be PTF, according to the postmaster. Yeah, that's kind of the gamble you got to take. There's an office that's like 20 minutes west of my office, and I wouldn't deliver out there. They're hiring straight to PTF, but there's some sketchy neighborhoods, bad neighborhoods out there. I well, now that I'm PTF, the 2 years was worth it, but uh, is your are you worth is your safety worth it? I would just wait the 2 years, to be honest. If it's a decent area, which would I choose? Yeah, I would choose the CCA position. I don't like delivering in bad neighborhoods. I don't like looking over my shoulder. That's just another element to, what's good health insurance if you get shot? You know what I mean? Okay. City 1 Reg has 19 years and isn't retiring anytime soon. Is possible to PTF for 10 years because this guy's going for 30. Yeah, it's possible, but your pay will keep going up as a PTF. Like you could hit top pay as a PTF. So that's the one nice thing about the contract being PTF after 2 years. You could your pay will just keep going up. The PTFs that got converted to unassigned regular in my office, they were at 24 something. They were at like I forgot what step they were at, but when you're PTF, your pay keeps climbing. My office has a lot of old carriers. One guy's been there 50 years, started in 1978. Yeah, that's common because a lot of these older carriers are on the nicest routes in the office, these cupcake routes. If you got really nice health insurance and you got paid top pay, would you want to quit? So I can't really blame them, even though I wish they'd let us young people take over. But I really don't blame them. Oh wow, that old kid. Thanks for the thoughts on it. Yeah, no problem, no problem. I'm way behind on the comments apparently. Oh wow, that old carrier is probably a multi-millionaire by now after 50 years. Yeah, one of our carriers who's, I think he's like 46, 47 years in. He just redid his bathroom, I heard, from like $80,000. I'm like, that's crazy, but 1973, geez, he's almost as old as my parents. How long they've been in there. Today was annoying. Hope everyone has had a better day. Yeah, some days are good, some days are bad. You just gotta, live for those good days, and those bad days make you appreciate the good days. Yeah, I'm starting to get sore too. When I'm on a mounted route, I hold the mail as if I'm walking, flats on my arm and a handful of DPS in my left hand. I just drive with my right arm. Yeah, stay safe. Make sure you're driving safely. Yeah, currently no one is coming in on comp days at our office. That will change during prime time. Yep, yep. I'm sure we're getting cameras, new vehicles to watch us in our traffic. Us and UPS are the only ones without cameras. Yeah, I really don't like being watched. I don't like someone looking over my shoulder. That's why I like this job. I really you know, hope they prolong putting cameras in there because, I don't like someone watching over my shoulder. Yo, whose color blue on the calendar? It's out long weekend. Yo, let's go. Yeah, some offices do color. Our offices does letters like A, B, C. So every office is different with that. But enjoy your long weekend. But it's also your long week at work, unfortunately. CCAs in Los Angeles, California are converting straight to full-time regulars in less than a year. Took me a year to make PTF and then a full-time regular 3 months. That's awesome. That's awesome. Nice weather too. How's your brother doing as a narc? Why not go full-time? He's got another job. Yeah, he's going to school. He's got other priorities right now. This allows him to work on Sundays, still get paid. Like I said in my condo video, he's living with me. He's gonna be stacking up his money and also pursuing his other stuff. So, um, he's also trying to get a little more hours as a clerk because we're short on clerks sometimes. So he told my supervisor he could work. In the mornings to throw packages. My station doesn't convert to PTF. You go from CCA to regular. I made full-time regular on the sign of my 90 days. That's awesome, man. Congrats. Toby. Let's see. Thank you, Nick, for answering our questions. Yeah, no problem, Christina. That's why I'm here. That's why I make this, YouTube channel. That's why I make these videos, giving you guys the content and giving you guys the information that I wish I had when I started, and give you guys what the life is actually like. Yeah, Nick, thank you for taking the time to answer each and every one of our questions. Yeah, like I was way behind on I wanted to make sure I hit everybody. Obviously, there's some stuff I can't talk about if there's certain things because this is a public platform. There's some things that I can't talk about, so that's why sometimes I watch what I say. Got to be politically correct on YouTube, unfortunately. Let's see. Um, hey Nick, tomorrow will be my first week working officially. I'm working in a nice office in LA. That's awesome to hear. That's awesome to hear. Can't wait to become regular. You and me both, Tanya. You and me both. Thank you for your videos, Nick. My shadow days on Saturday and start my career academy next week. I'm looking forward to the good times to come. Your videos have been preparing me. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, no problem. Just keep doing your research. Keep looking at my videos. Not every day is a great day, but we get paid every single day, every click. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. I would have off Sunday. Awesome. Yeah, Sundays off is big. My on-the-job instructor says I'm doing a good job. That's awesome. Keep it up. Do you have concerns about the CCA crap? Do you think they'll change stuff like how they are doing with the rural carriers? I hope not. You know, it seems like there's always a lot better on the city side as far as like contract negotiations and things like that. Um, yeah, hopefully none of that stuff like pay decreases and all that stuff is garbage. Hopefully nothing happens over here. Take your time, be safe, go slow in the beginning so they don't hold you to high standards. Just go safely. I wouldn't say go slow. I would say go efficient and go safe. That's the biggest thing. Thanks for the info, Nick. Yeah, no problem. I don't know how to say your name. I apologize. I haven't started employment at all with USPS. Currently, still awaiting orientation. This may sound like a dumb question, but as a CCA, if work is ever super slow, where they try to train you to be a clerk. Uh, it's happened in my office where some of our CCAs throw packages, some of our CCAs go on the roll side. Never have we ever like worked the window or any of that stuff. Like the worst we've done is like throw packages or go on the roll side. In my office, anyway. I don't know how their management is. I don't mind throwing packages, especially as like extra. If they come back, I'm throwing packages in V time. I'm easy money. Or make you do anything that you didn't sign up for. Yeah, if you have a problem with it, you can always file a grievance. Like I don't mind. I just do whatever to get the job done. You know what I mean? If it's like, let's say I'm helping the rural side or something, those people need the our customers want to get their packages, so I'm gonna deliver it. So I sign up a job to get the mail delivered. If it's on the rural side, city side, I don't care. I'm gonna deliver it. What happens when they make you regular and you have annual leave hours? Do you get paid off or what? You know what? I'm not exactly sure on that. I'm not a regular, so I don't know the process of that. I'll ask some of my unassigned regulars because they just got converted, so I'll see if anything like that changed. But I'm not 100% on that. I have to deliver mail on Amazon Sundays now. Do you ever have to? I used to. My first 2 years, basically, I was working every Sunday, helping out. I would do one route, then help other people out. Back in back when we were working Sundays. Now it's just ARCs, like my brother, a few other ARCs. There's no RCAs, CCAs on Sundays. For our office representation anyway. So um, that's how it is for my area. How common is it for regular clear 100K a year in your office? Uh, Carriers at top pay. There's a few carriers who I know who made at least over 110K, but they're on the overtime desired list and they're at top pay. I made a little under 80,000 last year. I'm hoping to make at least 80 this year, but with the 8-hour days that they've been giving me and they're not sending me out to help other offices, I don't think I'm going to hit that. It'll probably be 70 to 75,000 is my guess. But still, where I'm at, it's a livable wage, so I'm happy and thankful. Sup, Nick? I start Carrier Academy tomorrow for CCA. Should I be nervous? 100%. You and being nervous is normal, so I would just embrace it. Yeah, you're doing something new. Just yeah, I'm gonna be nervous. I don't know what I'm doing. Being in an environment I've never been in before, just relax, learn, pay attention, and you'll be good. Uh, and the academy is mostly just like school. It's you're not on the street yet. You got instructors who want you to learn, who want you to know the definitions, and you'll be fine. Trust me. Just take a deep breath and you'll be fine. Write things down if you have to, if you forget. My memory is not the best, so I like to write things down. I got a whole bunch of lists and stuff. My memory could be good and like I'll remember some people's names on the route, but then I'll forget like, oh, I forgot to pick up trash bags at the store. So it just ask questions and you'll be fine. So I didn't know you had a live. Let me know, bro, before I schedule my vids. Oh, sorry, Jay. Shout out to JH. Everybody, go check out JH. He's the man. He helped me. When I first started making videos, he shared my videos. Super super informative videos and overall good guy. Mailman Nick rules. I appreciate that. And Catholic Marine, thank you for your service if you're a Marine. Remember, smash the thumbs up button. Let's reward Nick for his time and energy. Close the live chat and smash the button. Reopen the live chat. I appreciate that, Rick. I appreciate that. Don't treat me like a 204B. If your office needs you, you'll easily make 60K your first year. It's a lot of work, but I made 65K my first year at 1933. Yeah, you'll if you work a decent amount of overtime, you'll make minimum like 60K minimum. Uh, Thank you for that, man. I feel so much better. Yeah, don't stress it. Don't stress it. You'll be fine. Um, Everybody in this chat has been where you are. I've been nervous. Like everybody knows my story by now. When the club I was working at closed down, I was in debt. I really needed this job. I was stressed about every little thing. Trust me, they they're paying you to go to academy orientation. They're paying you. They don't want to lose out on money. They want you to succeed. So just listen and you'll be good. And always bring for academy, bring a pen. Make sure you wear a belt, and that's a few things I remember from the academy. Thanks. This is the hardest working man, USPS. Right behind you, Jay. Right behind you. Would you ever consider being a supervisor? Absolutely not. I was talking to my dad, and he told me, I should consider like doing something like that eventually. But I don't like bossing people around. I don't like, doing that type of stuff. I like focusing on me. I like being outside. Supervisors have to be, they have to worry about 80 plus carriers, you know what I mean? And plus clerks and the janitor or the two janitors and mechanic. They got to worry about a whole bunch of stuff. I want to just focus on me, get the mail delivered, say hi to everybody on the route, pet all the dogs, uh, get a nice tan outside. It's starting to get sunnier out in Illinois, so I like I like my job. When do you think you would be a regular? I think by the end of this year, next year, but um, the way it's going, I think it'll probably be the end of next year, just because a lot of stuff isn't done in a timely manner. So I know 5 spots that are going to be open, but it's just all about the timely manner where the routes are being up for bid and things like that. And then plus the routes that are going to be up for bid, 56, 39, those are the cupcake routes that people are going to like kill each other over. You know what I mean? So it's probably going to be by the end of this year, but more than likely end of next year. Love JH videos. Yeah, go check out JH on everything USPS with JH. I was nervous when I first started. 5 years later, still love what I do. Yep, it comes with the territory. If I did something new tomorrow, I'd be nervous, and then you learn it and gain experience, and then you gain confidence, and then it all gets better. We work together, love. Do I know you? What has been the worst weather you've worked in so far? Just curious. Honestly, I always go back to when I first started. I started in February when there was a blizzard. It was snow. It was negative freezing, and it made it worse that I didn't know what I was doing when I first started. That and I had icicles in my beard. That was probably the worst weather. Nowadays I would prefer it to snow over rain just because the rain destroys the mail. Snow I can kind of you know it's not as bad as rain. Rain when it's downpouring, I think that's the worst type of weather. Um, but yeah, snow when it's super cold and you can't feel your hands and it's dark at 4 o'clock. That's the worst weather I've been in so far. No tornadoes and nothing yet. Couple warnings, but no, nothing like crazy like that. Have you had anyone answer the door nude? Not completely, but yeah, I try to just deliver the mail and especially if it's someone I know, if it's a route that I know the certain people and I know the type of people that just high and by and that's But yeah, nothing completely. Luckily, the contracts are being negotiated now. Next contracts can be interesting. I hope so. I hope they eliminate the CCA position. Everybody in this chat would love that. No, I joined your page on YouTube a few weeks ago. Love your style and knowledge regarding USPS. Yeah, JH has a very wide knowledge of USPS in general, so definitely check him out. Dating drama, see it's Nalo. Oh, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Proud American. I know you comment on a lot of my videos. Hey Nick, thank you for always keeping a positive mindset and help people out. Y'all postal YouTubers are a blessing for sure. I was just asked to be a steward. I'll have to rejoin the union again. Any advice, options? Um, if to start, I would be an alternate because I stepped down from my union position. I would have rather have been a union alternate because that but we don't have a we didn't at the time we didn't have another like regular like someone knowledgeable in that main position. So definitely take a uh, if there's an alternate union steward position, definitely take that because you'll be like the alternate step or you'll be in pre D's and stuff like that when the main steward is not present for whatever reason. So yeah, definitely work your way up, ease into it because I was kind of thrown in a bad position where nobody was helping me and we have all these carriers and all these carriers getting in trouble and stuff. So definitely make your way up and learn all you can. But definitely take it. We need a lot of good people in the union. Proud American is the mofo, man. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. Coldest day I worked was 13 below zero and hottest 112. Yeah, especially with the summer coming up, make sure I got my water jug that keeps the water cold. I got my lunch box that keeps my lunch, the same temperature. So make sure you're prepared for all that. You don't want to have heat stroke. I had a guy last year tell me he fainted, had to go to the hospital. So make sure you uh, prepared for the type of weather you're. I have the weather app on my phone. I check every day, so be on top of that stuff because we work outside. Hit the like, please, for Nick. I appreciate that, love. Appreciate that. Everything USPS, that bad. Thanks for answering questions. Yeah, no problem, guys. How long did it take to get your reimbursement check? Been waiting for 3 months. Reimbursement check for what? For what? Uh, how long does it take to negotiate contract typically? It took the last one a while. I think that was like, I don't remember what year. I think it was before I even started that it should have been Hollywood Housewives. But all right, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna snack on some dark chocolate almonds. I got some in there, and gonna relax and enjoy the rest of my night. So thank you guys all for watching. I really appreciate it. Now I got this tripod. I think I'm gonna make these lives a regular thing. Hit my DMs, hit my comments. Let me know if you guys want this to be a regular thing. After I get off work, I could definitely put my phone on a tripod and make these videos a regular thing. So. Uh, Thanks, Nick. I see you, Jay Postal Fam. How you doing? Drink water. Yep. Make sure you're hydrated. Probably gonna take a year of the negotiations. Yeah, year plus. Enjoy your evening. Do you carry for the post for the block in your satchel one, or do you carry all the posts for the block in your satchel one? Try to drive some off, park in the middle of the block, and carry half. Yeah, everyone has their own system on delivering and stuff like that. It just depends on the route, depends on the volume and stuff. Don't forget to drink fluids. Yep, make sure you drink, stay hydrated. Um, if you ever feel lightheaded, take a deep breath and just relax for a second. If you really have to, go to the nearest convenience store and get some cold water. Do what you got to do. Make sure you stay safe. Nick, there's an invite to live. What? What is invite to live? Okay, I'm gonna show you how to do it. Yeah, show me how to do it, Jay. You're the expert. We'll talk about it later. So thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.